Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast bud.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day, and I don't mean to bring up bad memories for you because we're a couple months after the final due date for taxes, for paying your taxes and having everything tightened up with your taxes. But we're not talking about paying taxes financially. We're going to talk about paying taxes in life and paying the price and paying the cost to go to where you want to go. Stress, problems, obstacles, adversities, setbacks, rainy days, those are your taxes that you got to pay. And so as I mentally started to work through in my life, when I started to pay multiple six figures and even at times more than that, taxes, and coach other people on mentally getting over stroking big checks and paying taxes. I know there's people out there, some business folks and people that have found the way to like avoid paying taxes completely. I haven't been able to find that avenue yet. I haven't done it. So I'm sure there's professionals out there that do it. I haven't been able to do it. So I've been paying taxes for a long time. And when my mindset shifted into looking at, hey, number one, be grateful that you could pay those taxes, that you could even write a check like that. Be grateful. And the second thing is be grateful that you live in the United States of America. I know there's places that you have no taxes and places you pay less taxes and all that, but I'm pretty grateful for what we get here in the United States of America, the roads, the protection, the freedom, all the things that come with the police and the system, the structure, the military, the things that we have in the United States of America. I know, a lot of the taxes and stuff go to things like that. And could the money be spent better? Yeah, I'm not even going to get into that. But the thought process is just be grateful for what you are left with in the country you get to live in, instead of moping and being worried about paying. There's that old saying, hey, there's two things in the world you got to do for sure in America is everybody dies and everybody pays taxes. So I got to get over it. Much as I love to live, I just know there's probably one day that God's going to call me home as part of life. I want to keep all my money, but I know I got to pay taxes. And so I'd love to have all great days and sunny days, but I know those sunny days only happen because you made it through rainy days. And so understand that stress and problems and all those things are like taxes. Be happy for what you get to keep, and that's a part of life. There's things that you're going to go through that make you worry at night, especially if you're on your own and you're building a business or you work for yourself, or you're not getting paid a salary, and even that comes with certain stresses. But things that you're going to go through, there's just going to be things in parts of your life in general outside of work and business that there's just going to be moments and parts of your life where you're going through stuff, and at night you're just worried and stressed and your mind's racing. And I want you to know that the next day, the days to come after that, those are the days that you got to show up positive anyway. Those are the days that get you paid down the road. Is down the road, the way that you handle the rainy days, the way that you handle the hard times, the way that you handle the stressful situations, and you respond to those, that's what gets you successful 10 years from today, 5 years from today, 3 years from today, is how you handle those things. everybody can handle sunny days. If you can only lead when everything is going right in your life, how can you call yourself a good leader? If you can only lead people in great circumstances, if you're a pilot and you can only fly a plane when there's no turbulence and everything is perfect, that ain't the pilot that I want. I want a pilot that can handle rain. What if we get bad weather? They know how to go up, how to go down, how to stay even keel, how to stay, hey guys. And in leadership, you got to be able to do this. You know, when I fly, you know, sometimes I roll with my wife and I'm next to her and I'm like, I hate when the pilot don't give me a heads up that we're about to go through some turbulence. And we just start rumbling around and praying and, you know, all that stuff. It never gets old. I'm always praying and stuff when the plane starts shaking and wobbling. But I love when the pilot, like, it makes me feel more confident and comfortable when the pilot gets on the spirit and says, hey guys, we're going to be experiencing some extra turbulence, guys. Put your seatbelt on for the next 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, but we'll be, be about 15, 20 minutes probably, and turbulence will be good, and we'll be landing in next hour and a half, you know, but just hang tight for the next 15 minutes. That makes me feel a lot more confident that my dude knows this is coming. He's under control. Everything's under control, and we'll get through this. You know, that's the leader that you get. You got to be able to tell your people when things are going, there's a little bit of turbulence going on. It's like, hey guys, strap it up, strap it on, put your seatbelt on a little bit, ladies, gentlemen, but we'll get through this. And you got to be confident, and you got to get through the rain, and you got to get through the wind, and you got to get through the storms. Otherwise, you can't be the pilot, and the pilot is the leader. Everybody wants to be the leader until it's time to do what real leaders do. Everybody, that was the whole Eric Thomas. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do. We just got back not long ago from London, England, on a trip that we rewarded some of our top producers and people that won a contest for us. And we all went over there to London, England, and had a great experience together. And we got a chance to visit the Winston Churchill war rooms, where Churchill was the leader during World War, I believe it was II. And they were losing and getting bombed and getting, you know, just things didn't look good, and the people were in a panic and buildings were getting blown up. But Winston Churchill was able to inspire people with his speeches and with his words and with his actions to elevate and to get through it, and ultimately to prove that they would be victorious. And that's the leader that people remember. Those are the leaders. You got to be able to lead through war sometimes. You got to be able to lead through bomb. Oh, we getting bombed right now. Jeez. You got to be able to perform, whether you're leading or not. You're always leading something. You're leading yourself. You're leading your family. You're leading your future family. You got to be able to perform when the circumstances ain't great. If you can only play in good weather, baseball, football, whatever, you know, if we're in an outdoor sport, you can only play in good weather. You might be in the playoffs and it's cold and it's snowy and it's rainy, and you got to find a way to win in any weather. You got to be able to pilot in any weather. You got to be able to lead in any weather, because anybody that's been around on earth, you realize it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Sunny days, everybody loves them, but tell me, can you stand the rain? You got to be able to show up this week, show up this month, show up. And when you know that the chips are down, when you got obstacles, when you got adversity, when you got things going on in your personal life, that's the time to separate yourself from other people and other leaders, because that's when you got to be able to perform anyway. If you can only perform when the circumstances are perfect, you're not ready to go to the next level. You got to be able to play through injuries. You got to be able to come from behind. You got to be able to win an away game in hostile territory when your team is losing and people are booing and people are screaming and people are hollering. If you're the coach, if you're the leader, if you're the captain, if you're going to be one of the best players. And sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's unfair. Yes, we wish the weather was warmer. We wish the weather was better. We wish it was smoother. We wish they were nicer. We wish the crowd was cheering for us. But sometimes we don't got that opportunity. In the Hall of Famers, they have come from behind victories. The Hall of Famers, they go to enemy territory, hostile environments, and they win away games in crunch time when they have to. They inspire people during world wars. So you got to show up when the chips are down, and you got to showing up isn't like just showing up. Showing up is you got to show up and be present and go work hard. You ever see someone in the gym, like they go to the gym, they're there for an hour and a half, but they ain't working hard. And they're leaving there and they ain't disciplined with the nutrition, and then their body don't change. Why? Well, they're going to the gym 5 days a week. What's the issue? They're not being disciplined in their nutrition. Which is, it's not just what you do in work, it's what you do out of work that's going to affect you also. And they're not working that hard when they're there. So look at yourself and look at people in your business. There's times people, they're at work, but they're not working. They're at the gym, but they ain't pushing. So while you're at work, grind, stay focused, get locked in, do the activities, make sure you're not getting thrown off, thrown to the left, thrown to the right. But remember through the whole process, I mean, if there's anything I could tell you, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be in the business, or you want to go to the next level in sports or whatever it is, you will for sure have adversity. In the way that you look at that adversity, your perspective will determine your attitude. Like, your attitude is the way that you look at things, the way that you speak about things, and the way you think about things. That determines your attitude. And so when you're going through turbulence and you're paying your taxes in life and you're paying those taxes, I'm getting hit. Lost a person. Lost my best player. Oh man, my running back went down. I took a loss. Training camp wasn't perfect because I was injured, and then this happened to me. You're paying your taxes. Everybody got to go through it. And it's the way that you respond. It's that whole E plus R equals O. The event, what happens to you, that ain't it. That ain't what determines it all. It's the plus the R. It's that R, your response to the things that happen to you, though, how you respond to the taxes determines your outcome. We all got to pay those taxes. Don't worry, it ain't just you. You're not alone. Most of us out here are paying taxes. We don't like it, but you got to do it. But in business, in your professional situation, whatever it is, there's just some crappy things that are going to happen that aren't ideal, that you got to chalk up to the game is part of greatness, part of success, part of going to the next level. Is I just got to pay some taxes right now. Let me be grateful for what I get to keep. Let me be grateful for what I get to be provided to me. Let me be grateful. Let me just pay those taxes and get it done with, and then let me move forward. So I want you to do me 3 favors right now as we close out, please. Number 1, if this message helped you at all and you know somebody that we could help, can you take just a brief moment out? That's all. Just pay it forward. Just take a brief moment. It's less than a minute, and forward this, share this with people that you know that this can help. Second thing, any podcasts, any topics you want us to touch on here, send us a direct message on what you want us to cover. You can send it directly to me. Send me a DM. Let me know what you want me to cover. I'll shout you out if you got a good one that we end up using. But let me talk to you. Let me communicate with you. Let me holler at you. Let me cover some things that you want us to cover. And the third thing is I want you to tag me with the hashtag paid my taxes. Paid my taxes, so I know that you heard this message. So I know that you're with me and going through some adversity and obstacles, and that you're ready to pay those taxes this week and this month. Paid my taxes. Tag me in it. And as always, you know we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day.